Hello, hello. Give everybody a little bit of time to get in. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Galia. Hey, Marty. How you guys doing tonight? Oh, in Washington. Oh, hey, Ron. I'm waving back. That's funny. Will you tell him I said hi, Marty? Gala. Okay. I bet that you get that all the time, don't you? Well, I wasn't sure. Did you hear me? Nice. Is he saying I have a big mouth? Is that what you're saying? That wouldn't be the first. That's funny. Okay, okie doke. Oh, I gotcha. There you go. Oh, you have the sound turned up. And I know I'm a little early, but I figured I would a couple minutes early usually isn't too bad. And I'm spraying, so if you hear any funny sounds, that's what that is. Okay. I'm trying to get some of these sprayed ahead of time so they can dry. So I figured I'd go ahead and turn it on, let it start going while I was spraying. Which I know you guys probably can't. Well, you might be able to see a little bit of me spraying. Yep, she's home. She's back home. She's not here. She's, I think she's drawing. is what she was going to do, was to draw earlier. But yep, she came back home. She got back home. Let's see, what day was it? It was, Friday is when she came home. So yep. Hey Jen, how are you? Did you have a good time? I'm just spraying my envelopes down with some Distress Stain, so it's sort of ahead of the game. And no, she actually did not come back with a sunburn at all, so that was good. I was glad, because you know, usually that's what happens. I guess I could move this over where you guys can see a little bit. And this is called Forest Moss. It's one of my favorites for like nature-y type journals. Yeah, she got it bad then. Oh, that sounds good. So I'm sort of just trying to do a mix of colors here. Just trying to pull all the excess wet up off my thing before I put my next envelope in, because it's purple. I want to spray purple, and I don't really want it. I mean, the green's fine, but my hand's all dirty now. Okay. Let's spray this one a little bit on the back here. That one I probably should have opened up, but it's okay. So how is everybody doing? I always like to give everybody a couple little minutes to get in, because, you know, sometimes they run late. It's good to see that you finally got your video up with it going all crazy. Mine did that the other day. I couldn't get it to do anything. Finally got it settled. Yeah, this purple I really like. Okay, all the spraying's done. Let me partially got my hands covered. Okay. So I got these sprayed. So I've got some blue done. And I've got purple, green, brown, pink, and a dark blue. Hey, Joe, how are you? So I got the base sprayed. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, I'm not going to ink them up yet. On the blue ones, I've got a couple different blue napkins I wanted to Mod Podge on there. Well, I've got pieces of them, I guess I should say. Like this is just, you can see where I've torn and scrapped off of it, so. Oh no, oh, 6 edits, that's crazy. So we're doing envelopes today. If I can get the backing off of this one, it doesn't want to come. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Nope, it ripped. Usually it'll come up pretty easy, but this one's stuck pretty good. Some of the ones from TJ Morning take a lot to get off. They just stick real easy. There it went. Once you get it, it's okay, but it just takes a lot to get it going. Which is okay if it rips. That doesn't bother me. What does bother me is all the purple paint I sprayed everywhere. Hi, Kathy D. How are you? And these were Distress Oxide sprays and Distress spray stains that I used. So that's what I was using. So then I thought I had these, so I thought I'd go ahead and use them and decorate some of these envelopes. Since this is ripped here, I'm going to go ahead and rip it right there. So, because we got so many journals coming up, so I thought I would work and get some backstocked, you know, envelopes backstocked. I always like putting it off a little bit off the edge because I can always tear that off. And again, I'm using my ketchup bottle or condiment bottle, sauce bottle. I got them at the Dollar Tree for 2 for $1. Just put a little extra on the edges. Hi, Kath. Yep, just put it together and get it done. That is the easiest part to do. I just have to make mine. I have two, the two that I made, but I'm actually going to be using those for giveaways. I'm at like 1,395 subscribers here on YouTube. So when I get to 1,500, I'm doing a multiple giveaways. So I'm starting to stack that stuff back. Some of this, been working on getting that stuff. So like the loaded envelopes and pockets that I did and all that, that's what I'm going to use those for. And then, oh, you know what? I'm going to save that for the back because I really like that for the back, I think. I'm going to tear this sort of where it looks more. She's like one of those, it doesn't matter what you call me as long as you call me for dinner, right? Oh. So what's everybody been up to? Anybody crafting anything fun? Has anybody been crafting anything? I love napkins too. I love napkins in any way that they come. And I love doing them like this. Oh, I got a clog. Oh yeah, napkins are addictive. Okay. Let's see if that got my clog. Yep, I can hear it making its sounds. Oh yeah, I love doing envelopes. And I mean, it doesn't, I mean, you can put envelopes, you know, in any journal or whatever. See, it still acts like it's stopped up. Oh, really? Yeah, she loves it. That's her favorite thing to do. She does it, I mean, just that she would do it all day long, nonstop if I'd let her. Well, she still carries a sketchbook around with her, but she's got a laptop, and then it's got a drawing tablet that connects to it. So she's getting into, well, she still sketches in her book, but she's getting into a lot of like digital sketching and designing and stuff like that too. So she's starting pretty early. But I have a cousin that actually teaches at an art college, and she's seen a bunch of Elena's work, and she's like, "Oh, you know, you just let me know when she wants to come, and we've got a spot for her." So I'm gonna set that to the side to dry, and see, that's just a little bit, but that'll look great in the journal. And I love the way I'll go in and add some ink and stuff to it. But as far as napkin, that's what I'm gonna do with that one. Then I'll work with the bigger piece this time. A bigger piece. Oh, I know. I'm a mean old mom. That's me. No, she does do it most of the, if she gets a chance. If she doesn't have anything going on and she has a chance, that's what she's doing. If she has an empty waking moment. But sometimes it's, I got to get on her because she'll set up drawing and not realize it's, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, hey, girl, you got to go to bed. I don't know why this napkin is just not friendly today. It's just not wanting to come apart. This is a Tuesday morning. Oh, I know. She's excited. That's what she wants to do. Okay. And this one I'm going to put a big piece on. I thought I would cover like this whole entire half of it and just run it all the way across. See, I think I've got something in there. It keeps it clogging it. Yep, it's got a gooby. I don't like when those big things get in there. And I've got my glass mat down, so I don't have to worry about if my glue gets anywhere, which makes it nice. And then once these dry, I like to go back in and do a full coat of Mod Podge over the whole entire thing, just because it sort of gives it a better, I don't know, I like the texture that it does. I love this one because it's got like the postage cancellation on it. And it looks like I'm using a lot. It's Mod Podge, and it looks like a lot, but it's actually not. Because the way it squirts out, it just doesn't release a massive amount. So it's very deceptive. Okay, and then I'll set that one to the side to dry. And see, I love that. I don't like really how this is so square, so I think I'm actually going to add something over here since I have more of that napkin left. Oops, that one went. Or it started to anyway. Everybody's quiet today. Is everybody crafting? Okay, so I actually think I'm just going to continue right on with where it tore off. I may just cover the whole thing. Yep, I think I will. Since it's almost all the way there. It's already stuck down over there. And this is one of the Tim Holtz one of the small distressing brushes. They work great with Mod Podge. They're like my favorite thing to use. Make sure I'm not sticking to the table. Oh, that's what I had to do too. I had to clean my desk off today and started cleaning in my room. Well, I started cleaning in my room and then my desk ended up covered. So then I had to clean off my desk. So it seems like you go around in circles. Hi, Leticia. How are you? There we go. And then I'll trim it up once it dries, but that's what that'll end up. That is so pretty. These are actually napkins. And this one's going to try. I love that. It's so gorgeous. So set it over here to dry. And then I've got this one more blue one. I'm going to go ahead and use this since I have it. Nope, these are napkins. Or this one is anyway. Okay, I don't want to put the words in there since part of it's cut off. I actually think I'm going to tear this here. I'm going to put my butterfly down there, right in there, because I think that'd look cute on the back. Let me put this over here. You pull it down. So put this over here. And then let's see. Let me tear around these roses that are gone here. From the other section. I think these were from Tuesday morning. I just look around everywhere. I've had really good luck at Tuesday morning. Of course, everybody finds them at Tuesday morning. I've had halfway decent luck at TJ Maxx, which you never hear people say. But I actually have I've had some really good luck at TJ Maxx. Which, I mean, you wouldn't expect at TJ Maxx, but I found some there. Party City. Now, Party City has them. The only bad thing about Party City is they're not nowhere near as cheap as TJ Maxx or Tuesday Morning. They're a little higher, but you get a lot more. So, I mean, you get quite a few in a pack. So, but I have found them at Party City too that have been very, very pretty. I was trying to see if I had any. This was a Party City one. So they got a Party City. They're smaller, but I mean, they have different, different sizes depending on what you need or what you want. Which I don't mind the small ones if I'm using them for envelopes or something because, I mean, you don't really need a whole entire napkin. I don't usually use a whole one unless I'm doing like 3 or 4 different things, like with this one where, I'm doing multiple envelopes. So it works. And this is going to be overlapped here. Make sure my bird was covered real good before I. So, but yeah, you just, I don't know, you got to look around. Oh, you're fine. Marty, you're so funny. Okay. And we will let that dry and then I'll trim it all up. Isn't that going to be so pretty? And look, I love how when this closes and they're on the back, it's going to have this little bitty pink in the corner, but you can have the butterfly on the edge. I love that. Okay. There's oh, it is going crazy. It does not like that. It doesn't like the pattern on my mat. I have to do that or my thing gets way too sticky and I can't handle it. It drives me crazy. And I could put wax paper on there, but oh, let's see what color I want to work with now. Green. That one I should have opened it up when I sprayed it. Let me see. Give it a spray real fast. I just don't like it when it's all covered up like that. When it's all white. It's too much. But I love how this is the Forest Moth, and it's a whole lot. It looks brown, I know, but it's a lot more green than what you think. Okay, so let me pull out this is archival ink. I've been using my stencils up like crazy. And I just want to add this to sort of add some texture to it. which you wouldn't think, the little dots would add a lot of texture, but they actually do. And this is just a makeup brush, and it's not an expensive one. I got it at Five Below, which is sort of, I don't know, it would remind you of almost like a Dollar Tree, but everything's $5 or below. Oops. And so that just adds a little sort of fabric-y looking texture to it. And then I'm going to put some across the back. Yep, the green is very naturey. There we go. So just a little bit. That didn't do a whole lot back there. I don't know why. There's my clock. There we go. I just like putting a little bit on there. It just gives it a little something. Not anything major, just a little something. Okay. So I was thinking these would be really cute with like the apples and the bird's nests. I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we want to do this one. This one would look really pretty on there. I think we'll do this one. Maison Blanc. Oh, well, thank you, Jen. I think I'm going to come up here and grab this cancellation. And then the rest of it I'll use on the back when I do the back of it. We'll do a couple different ones. And this I've already tore the backing off of. So let's divvy this up. This is going to go over here in the corner because, that sort of makes sense. And the butterfly, I'm going to put back on the back tab because, oh, well, no. Maybe I'll put it in the center. I'll put this over here. Maybe the butterfly just out in the middle. Or maybe down here. Well, let me put the others on there and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do after that. Oh, okay, Joe. That'll sort of have the cancellation on it, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, it is. It's very, very earthy. Uh-oh. You tell him he better stop. He better be good. And I put that just a little bit below and a little bit off so it doesn't have that like natural straight line to it. I don't like that on there. I thought about putting this up here like it was an address, but I gotta tear the bottom because I don't want that straight edge on there. He knew I'd say something. Yeah, but he's doing it on purpose. You can't mess with my girl now. Hey, Lori. Oh, yeah, that's what I've been doing all day is trying to clean and organize and rearrange. And oh, it seems like every step you take forward, you take a step back because, you have to unclutter to, if you want to unclutter, you sort of have to clutter up at first. And then you may end up making a bigger mess than you started out with. And my desk was clean, and then I started cleaning, and then my desk wasn't clean. So then I had to stop and clean my desk. So it's pretty crazy. I bet work was crazy today, this week, being right back after the holidays. Everything finally settling down. There we go. And then I'll worry about the back, but so let me fold it down. That'll be the front. And I'll ink around it so it'll lose a lot of that white, and I'll put it, the brown tone. And then we'll do the back. I've still got the back to do, but I really like the back the way it is, sort of, I think, with just the butterfly. Because I think the butterfly just by itself, it really doesn't need anything else. I sort of like that being the main focus. I do. I like that. And then here's this one. Ooh, I'm liking this right here. Let's see. Let me see what other stencils I have that I can get that. See what other stencil I have in here that I can. Ooh, that one might be cool. Yeah, I think I'll leave it alone. The good thing about these, if they slide, you don't have to worry about it. Do this, and I'll give it sort of that dirty splatter look over top of the green, which will look really cool with the white underneath. And I'll just give it some brown splatters. This is really good, especially like right where the white shows through. It really picks up that brown. Oh my gosh. My daughter Caitlin, we got her a homemade s'more thing you can make where you can make s'mores inside. And for Christmas one year, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, that girl still uses that thing. She loves s'mores, but she loves marshmallows in general. But I do too. So, although I'm not a real s'more person, I like eating them over the campfire. Which we were planning on going camping this weekend, over Memorial Day. And then it rained like the whole entire weekend. Like we didn't get a day that wasn't rainy and nasty. And then when it wasn't, it was like 40 some degrees. So we didn't do that. Yep. My mom does that too. She loves them. See, I love that. I almost like that the way it is. I could put something on there though. I don't know. Yeah, I want to put something over in here. But I think we'll do this one a little different. And let me sort of tear this side off. Because I don't want them all to look the same. I mean, Yeah, they're really cool when they look the same. It looks like you got a set and wada wada. But I don't like them when they're the same. I like them all to look completely different. Well, we already knew that, Lori. Oh, yeah, I bet that's good. Wasn't that sweet of him? There's that part with... This is that part. And then... I don't want to use this butterfly on the back again because I love the way that looks by itself over there. So I think I'll put the flowers just right here on the edge to add a little bit of more color to it. There we go. And then I got to use this butterfly again because I love the way this butterfly looked on the flap when I close it. And plus that'll really let you get to see the distress sprays and the stenciling and stuff where, you know, if you put something, if I didn't and I put something back there and covered it up, then you wouldn't notice it as much. Okay, so let me flip up. So that'll be the front, which I sort of love how this looks like it's sort of, I don't know, to the side and to the front. I like that. And then that'll be the back, which I love. So, yep, I like it. Set that up to dry. Let me check on my, okay, so my first one, I need to trim it. It's dried. There's the blue one, so it's just got the bit of rose and the bird and the roses on the back. And that's the back, and it's just a light blue. So it sort of gives that very, until we end up inking it up, and it'll look good. So let me find my lid real fast. Let's ink these up. And I'm wrapping my brush in some towels with water on them so that it doesn't gunk up on me. And I just re-inked my ink pad, so it should be good to go. Because it always makes such a difference when you have a fresh ink pad versus when you've used it for a while and you gotta work on it. I don't like that when you have to go over and over and over again. I'm gonna round off these corners a little bit, give it a little bit more of a dirty look in the corners. Okay. Okay. I could have put a little bit more on the back of these, I think, but I sort of like leaving the back of them plain, or I mean, like this isn't bad because it's just got the distress on it. And then I'm gonna hit it with a stencil, but keep the back of it, you know, a little plain, so you have a place that you can journal on the outside even of your envelope if you wanted to, because you know you never know when you're gonna run out of room. And you can wet these down and take the whole envelope apart and do that, but I just sort of go down the line of where the page is and sort of tilt it, and it goes okay. Okay, so I think this would look really pretty with some, yeah, like this would look really pretty, I think. And I'm not going to do it everywhere. I'm just going to hit places. By leaving gaps and it doesn't look abnormal. And I don't have to worry about like matching my stencil up completely. So like that would be the back. And see, I love that. I think that's gorgeous. We have that on a flip and a journal. And then I'm sort of make sure that I put it the same angle. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so there's our front. So it has just enough stenciling that like gives it something, but not too much. And there's the back. And see, I like that. I think that stencil just works perfect with the roses. Yep. So that one's done. And then let's see. Trying to check on dryness here. Well, thank you, Kath. Thanks, Jen. Oops. Try not to cut your envelope. This one's still a little wet, so I'll trim it, but then I'll have to let it sit and dry some more before I stencil it, because if not, I think my stencil would just stick to it. But this is the one that had all the napkin across the front, so had a little more glue area to dry. Oh no, that's never good. Okay, where's my... Oh, I hate when it does that and you just get a big mess because it's everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side to dry some more. Let me grab the other one and see where it's at. Oh, it's still got to dry some more too. Okay. Let's check the butter. That one's a little tacky, but not bad. I may have to grab my drying gun, speed it up. Well, I have the other ones to do too, so I have plenty of time. Yep, we can all go to Kate's and dig through our stuff. Now she's got me calling you Kate. That's funny. Oh, this one's sticky too. Okay. Well, I'll just show up and come dig through all her avalanche. Oh, you guys are fine. Hi, Zena. Hey, Katie. We're doing envelopes. Except look at this. I love this. There's the front. There's the back. Oh, then go eat your dinner, honey. And there's the front. And it's super naturey. But they're still drying, so. We got this one done, though. This one's finished, and this is the front. And there's that one. On the back, which I love just the single rows on it. Yeah, you're bringing it. This is like, hold on. Let me turn off my autofocus here because it acts like it's going crazy. Like it's on autofocus. So it'll take me a bit. Okay, so those are drying. Okay, maybe that'll stop the craziness. Nope, it's still going. I think it's this pattern. It has issues with this. If there's something not here, it does not like it. Okay, so let's do this one with some apples. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Marty. I love this one with the apples and the bird's nest. Ooh, you know what? This will go all the way across. I can cover the whole entire front. I think I will cover the front and leave the back plain. Yep. Oh, it's been one of those hectic days, I think, for everybody, or at least it has around here. It just seems like I couldn't, no matter what I did, I couldn't catch up. It was crazy. It's just been 8:30 got here way too fast. I don't know if it was like that for everybody else or not, but it just seemed like today was one of those days where something happened continuously. Oh, you're fine, hon. I'm just going to trim the napkin around it and leave it a little bit of an edge that I can trim off after it dries, but get the rest of it out of there before it gets all on the glue and it's all sticky and yucky. Oh, that's cool, Marty. And everybody's like, oh, you need to be real careful with that. I'm just wipe. And I left the creases in it because I think the creases add something to it. That's just me. I like the creases and the cracks and the wrinkles. So set that to the side and let it dry. Up, and there it's going to go again. See, it just goes crazy every time. It doesn't like my Tim Holtz glass mat, I guess. It doesn't like the black and white for whatever reason. It sends it into a heyday. Okay. Try to get my hands there to block it. Till I get the next one up. And this is a pink one. And I have this to put on there, which it's got like the yellow butterflies, but it's got a whole, the background is all pink. Oh, so I'm going to just cut it down the middle right now and get half of that out of the way because it's a pretty big napkin. Oh, you know what? I think that would be pretty if I think right around the pink and just put sort of the red on there. And this is a Michael Design Works is where this napkin came from. They have amazing napkins. They're expensive, but they're really, really nice. And they're heavy duty. They're really thick napkins. And I was spraying and all that, so I got junk everywhere. Let me pull. Some of these just don't want to come off today. Oh, I knew what you was talking about, Zena. Okay. We got that. If you use just a little bit of water like that, your napkin will, you can pretty much pinpoint where you want your napkin to tear. It makes it a little bit easier. See, I think that'll be really pretty on there. Yep. And I'm just going to wrap, well, no, I don't want to wrap the sides around because Actually, I'm going to tear the little Michael design thing off the edge of it. Tear the little straight edge off that I have left. Go through here and get the straight edge off. Just because I don't like it straight. Then I'm just going to pretty much cover my napkin, or my envelope. Can't talk today. And that way I don't have to worry about it. And plus I like the way that Mod Podge, it's a word, isn't it? I've always never liked that word. It's one of those words, it's like I never say it right. Okay. And then I'm just leave just the teeny tiny bottom part of it off so I can trim it off, just so I don't have that straight edge on it, because I don't like the straight edge on there. That's funny, Marty. So what's everybody up to? What's everybody been up to? Katie, how's the puppy doing? That could have been. That's funny. Okay. Now this is sort of tricky because I have to sort of hold it up and try to do it at the same time. So we'll see. And we'll just be really careful. I just won't fish a whole lot. Sort of hold it up with my hand. That way. Then after it dries, if I need to go over it a little bit more on one side or the other, then I can. Oh, yeah. I know you said you were. There we go. I'll just flip that over on the back. A little straight edge. It'll be in the... So that'll be that. And I'm not going to put anything on the top, because I think that's just gorgeous like that. And I may come through and put something on the back, but I don't know, because this is going to fold right here. You sort of have that little corner spot, and that'll leave you room for journaling. I'm going to set this over to let it dry. I'm sort of checking everything to see if anything's dry. Yep, this one's dry. I do. I like the red on the pink. I think that it came out really good. And then again, I'm just going to hit this over top of it sort of with the stencil. Not in any certain area, just sort of highlighting it. Just sort of adding a little bit of the brown swirl, especially in the areas where it's light colored. Like where there's a white spot or something, just it gives it a little bit of extra something. So that'll be that side. And see, just that little bit sort of fills in the white spots. And then we'll stencil up the back of it. And again, I'm not doing the whole entire stencil. I'm just hitting certain areas. I'm just adding a little bit. This stencil it's a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous, and it is THS, so it's a Tim Holtz stencil. 032. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's 032. So if you put THS 032 in and Tim Holtz collection stampersanonymous.com, it should come up. But yeah, it just adds just enough pretty to it that it's not too much. But see, so that's the front, and you know, you've got that little bit of swirl just in, you know, these areas where it was light. But then you turn on the back, and I mean, it just, this is pretty by itself. And you know, there's just enough color there that it works right. So there's that one. That's 2. So those were those 2. So I mean, this is the same napkin, same stain underneath it, and I used Tim Holtz Stormy Sky distress spray stain, and Stormy Sky is this blue color that's on the background. And then that was just the napkin. So I mean, that's one completely covered, and one with just a little bit. And then with a little bit, I just made sure I put some. And one thing to remember when you're doing envelopes, especially the top flap, if you're laying them like this, is you're going to fold it. So, you know, if you put it like, flowers work okay, but like if you're doing a bird and you have a bird here, then when you tip it, it's going to be upside down. So you have to sort of make sure you watch that. And then that's what the back of that looks like. So, I mean, it's super, super plain. And then this one's got the flap, which I love this. I think this is gorgeous. But so those are those 2. Let me see if the other one's dry. Yep, the other one's dry now. Oh, really? Geesh. That's crazy. That's expensive. I lucked out, and like, seriously, you guys, it's crazy. Whoop. I lucked out because a lot of my Tim Holtz stuff came from a haul, not a haul, a D-stash. It wasn't even somebody I knew. It was just a crafter. And she was getting rid of a bunch of her Tim Holtz stuff because she wasn't crafting anymore. So I got stuff for like killer cheap, which is why I have so much Tim Holtz stuff. Like, I got all my no, well, that's not true. I've bought like 6 alcohol inks. But the rest of them I all got when I did that. All just about, well, I had 2 or 3 stencils that I had bought individually. You know, like at Hobby Lobby, just one at a time. Gosh, that's pretty. I love that. You know what? I didn't even ink this up. It's not done yet. I mean, I could leave it alone, but you got to ink the edges and stuff. I mean, come on, right? Although I don't think I'm going to ink these 2 right here, because with the stenciling, you don't notice that. You don't notice that. Ink, ink, ink. It seems like it just ink, ink, ink. I'm sorry. I was really quiet, I guess, for a while there. I'm sorry. You get focused on what you're doing and forget to talk, I think. Sometimes. Other times you can't get me to shut up. Yep. Ink up a little bit on the sides. There we go. It's a little inking around the edges. And again, I'm using, this is the ink that I'm using is Archival in Potting Soil. Thank you, Jen. I love when after you Mod Podge, it's all rubbery feeling. It doesn't want to let, so you can. Oh, that's okay, Marty. We're used to you, honey. Oh. Oh, it has been one. It's hard to believe it's June, guys. Okay, so I've inked up. And I'm gonna just to stay in the same sort of. So, like if I'm doing a journal and I'm doing these, and I'm gonna put all three of them, like each one in a signature. I like to sort of keep them the same, sort of follow the same, I guess, design is the word I'm looking for. So I'll use the same stencil on, you know, these three, and then the next one I'll switch and use a different color, vice versa. There we go. So there's the front of that. See, these just add just enough that it's not. Hey, Joe. And then on this back here, I'll just randomly sort of, I won't cover it all, but I'll just randomly cover areas. Just sort of swirl my brush around so it sort of moves around, but not everywhere. That way you get, you know, you get more of like that haze into it. So there's the back with the butterfly. I love that. That looks so good. Seriously, you wouldn't even have to do like the whole napkin if you didn't want to, although I love the napkin on there because, you know, I like my napkin. But just that alone is really pretty. So there's that one, and that one in that set. So there's those three. Yeah, I love all of these blue ones are pretty. That one needs trimmed. That needs trimmed. Yep, I love this set in general. It's pretty. Wow, I might have to do a journal just with based around this because I mean I love that. It looks really good. And I've got a couple more of these napkins. So I could actually do it on like the cover would be really pretty. Okay, so there's those three. Let's see how things are drying. This one's still tacky. I must have used a lot on that one. Oh, this one's dry. And of course, we already put the dots on here. So we have these. So these need inked up on the edges. I could send them to you. There you go. Those turned out really pretty. So I like these too. I mean, they're very, I wish you could see them because they don't really show through near as good on the camera as what they do in person. I know stuff always does that. It's aggravating, sort of. I'll take pictures of the sets and put them on the Facebook group and in the community, the little community column on the YouTube thing. So I've been putting everything up there, updating it as we are doing things and adding it. So everybody can keep track of it. It's quiet in here tonight. And then again, I'm going to sort of use some of the mud spot one. And so that just adds sort of that muddy spot to it. And I sort of think that looks really good on the whole nature vibe. So I'll put them where it's bright and white. The big thing on that is remembering if you pick it up and move it, that you slide it so you don't get like the same exact ones. Oh no, Jen, you're good. Yeah, well, I know she's been overloaded at work. It's been crazy. And she's probably cleaning too. I think. Well, thank you, Catherine. Kathleen. Catherine. Everybody calls you something different. Kath. I just call you Kath. I don't have no nicknames. I just call her Kath. She's my Kath. Yeah, I really do like the way these are coming out. They're doing really good tonight. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So there's that one. And I love how that come out. There's the front. And then I love the back. And that is, on this, I use the potting soil, this stencil, which is like mud spots, and just the dots. This is just a dot grid one. I used those two, and I used, the spray I used was, hold on, let me find it. Oh, it was Forest Moss. Distress spray stain, and they do great for like nature type journals. So there's that one. Woohoo! Get over here. Oh, this one's still sticky. Okay, this one's got to dry some more. Let me see how everything's drying everywhere and see what we've got dry and what we don't have dry. This one I can trim, but it's not dry. That one's got to dry some more. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. It's driving me crazy. I don't know why it's doing that. It's this Tim Holtz mat. I'm just going to have to find something else to use. Or put something on it where it doesn't show through. That way it doesn't do that crazy insane thing. I can't handle that. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing anything to the front of that because it is just covered anyway. And I will put something on the back. Let's see, we got birds and bird's nest on there. Let's see what we can find that sort of goes with, you know what? I had, let me see if I can find it. Yes. This is, I've been using this as a stencil, and it's really not. It's a lid. This is when, if you go to, well, I buy mine at the dollar store because they work at the Dollar Tree, from the Dollar Tree. But we put them like in our basement in the closet and stuff like that, and it pulls moisture out into the little beads, and then you throw the container away. But this is the top where it sucks the air in. But it's really cool, and I think it would look really neat on here because of the eggs in the nest. So it just sort of, you know, does like little oval shapes. It just sort of lends. It's not quite a. It's not a like a chicken wire look. It's more of like an egg, round, ovalish part. So I think it'll go really good because of all the eggs on it. So we'll use this. So see, it just sort of adds a little something. I'm going to put a little bit around the edge because this side is like, see how it's really, really wide. It really needs something. There we go. But yeah, it's just the top of it. And then see that it's not a lot, but it's just enough that it looks really good with the bird nest and the apples. So it sort of lends to. So there you go. There's your, go buy your $1 moisture absorber from the dollar store, and then keep your lid, and you got a stencil too. Hey, it works. Well, I just seen it and it reminded me of eggs, so I'm like, hey, I want to try this. I don't even know why I'm inking around that edge because you're probably not going to be able to tell because it's really dark. But hey, it works. I use all kinds of things that you can use, and I got some there's, well, I'd have to get it and show you. You probably have some. If not, you probably know somebody that has some, and you can grab some, and it's a cheap way to get a stencil. Let me put that there and see if that'll stop the thing when I grab it. Now you have to put it under something and flatten it first, but it's gutter guard, and let me see if I can usually pull from the center. Let me cut off a piece to show you. And you have to like set it under something overnight because it curves because it's in a circle. But if you have rain gutters and that's aggravating. And you have to you know, put something on there. Hi, Liz. But it does work. You have, well, it's going to be hard now because I haven't flattened it. And I threw my other piece away because I'd used it so much it was. But let me grab my black. Let me grab another ink pad real fast. Oh, well, I don't even need that. I can use my other thing. Crazy me. Okay, so I'm going to use black ink on this versus the brown. And I'm just going to use my makeup brush because it gets down in the grooves a little bit better. And this is just, like I said, the gutter guard that you put over gutters. So if you have gutters, you know, ask your husband, your son, your neighbor, go to the hardware store. You probably can get it for a little bit of nothing. I got that whole entire spool at my Goodwill for like $1.99. And it does the coolest effect. I mean, it really does. And there's nothing to it. And it's easier if you put like under a book for a day or so because it flattens it down. But, you know, I've used onion bags, you know, like your onion or your potato bags that they come in. Anything like that. Anything that's got holes in it. But yeah, see, I mean, it does a really cool effect just by itself. And then you can use, you know, you can use brown or whatever color you want to use. Yep. This is one of my favorites as far as the way it looks because, I mean, there's nothing to it. Wow, I think I'm losing my voice, guys. That's not good. So, I mean, look, I mean, I love that. And I mean, you can do it with brown. You could use like one of the multicolored ink pads and sort of create like, or even with like some silver or gold or whatever, and almost create like a snake skin design. Sorry, guys, I had to get a drink. Okay, so I want to use this lilac with the little beehives. Look, Cena, it's purple. She's got me on the purple vibe now. Oh my gosh, I found napkins. Y'all, found me some napkins. Speaking of napkins. Well, if I can get this off. Hold on a second. Let me get this off. And then I'll have to grab them. They're so cool. They're really, really pretty. I found them at my Goodwill. I think they were maybe $1 a pack, maybe. And then I'll have to check. Oh, I think this one actually has 3 plies. This was one of the Party City. I got this napkin at Party City. And they're actually like your little, you know, nose tissues that you get in a little pack. And I'm going, who would blow their nose on that? That's crazy. But yeah, I love it. But I thought it would look really pretty because the beehive's in black. Some of it's in brown, but the beehive's in black. Look, she heard purple and had to come run. I know. There we go. And this I sprayed with, what color of purple is that? It is Wilted Violet. Okay, hold on. Let me get the napkins I found. Okay, they are from Paper Extraordinaire, the Distinct Party Collection. And there's 20 of them in a pack. They had been $6 regularly. And I got them for 50 cents. 40 napkins for $1. Aren't they pretty? So I'm going to use one of these on one of the purple ones too. So I loved them. I fell in love with them. I thought they were so pretty. It is hard to find pretty napkins that aren't like, without paying, you know, an arm and a leg for them. I know, they're so pretty. I know, right? So I thought, oh, Kath, you left off a few H's, honey. I know, they're gorgeous. Okay, where's that other piece of the napkin that I had? Because I thought I would come down here or up here at the top. Remember what I said about making sure you don't do it upside down, which is what I always end up doing. So I'll turn it upside down and put this little beehive down here, a little brown beehive. Okay, and then I have napkin stuck to my finger that I can't get off. And then I'm going to turn this over and try to do this. I'm going to do this on this side. Since my napkin's on the other side, I thought I would put this one on this side. I know. And this is actually sort of upside down, but you're not going to be able to tell once I Mod Podge it on there. So there we go. And it just adds something on the side. A little bit of something. So I'll set that to the back. So that's the front. Yeah, it'll dry. It should darken up a little bit. And then there's the little beehive with the little flower on the back. I'm going to set that to the side to dry. Let me see if this one's dry. Yeah, I think this one's dry enough to work with. Okay. Ink up the edges. And we'll see. I love how this has got, this ain't quite dry right there in the middle, so I'm working around it. I'll just leave that middle part that's wet alone. Usually if I'm doing these, and like obviously not on video, I Mod Podge them one night, or like one day, set them to the side, and then the next day I'll come back and ink and do all of that. But I didn't really, I mean, I guess I could have napkin them all and then come back next week and did all this, but I thought I would do it better. What do you guys want to work on next week? Anybody want to mass make anything? What do you want to mass make? Anybody need to work on anything? Throw out your ideas now, ladies. And so later you'll be like, oh man, I wish I'd have said. If you have an idea, speak now. Does anybody have anything they want to work on, or pockets? Really, Marty? Pockets, okay. We can do pockets. Okay, Jen, do you just want to do base, like the bases of different type of pockets, or do you want to do like the full completed, decorated and everything? Let's see. I think with this, I want to do something pretty. Not that everything isn't pretty. Let's do this one. I think this will look pretty. ephemera, clusters. Okay, just all kinds of different pockets. Okay, let me really fast. Hey, Joe, are you on here? It's going to bring the black in with the brown. It's okay. It'll work its way out. It'll still look good. And the black actually sort of looks good anyway, but... Yes, 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 and yes. So you guys just want to work on anything. Okay. Clusters, ephemera, pockets. Okay. Now I'm not actually going to do anything down on the flowers. I'm just doing the empty spots. I'm going to do this one little corner down here where it looks like, you know, it's sort of empty. So it looks more complete. And of course, I'm going to do the back. Yeah, the black sort of mixed in with the brown that is still in my brush. Normally, I would clean it out on a paper, but I was in a hurry, so I just went with it. And actually, I really, really, really like the black with it, the brown. I think it adds a little bit to it, something to it. Yeah, it does. Let me trim where apparently it's stuck. Okay. There's that side, which I love. I mean, you put that in a journal, that's pretty by itself. And then there's that side. You even have like some text back there in the background. I like it. I think it's pretty. Okay. Let's go back and see. Oh, this one's dry. Yay. And it's all ready. It just needs inked on the edges. Okay, so we're doing pockets. Different type of ephemera. Okay, Zena, what do you mean by ephemera? Like things to do with things, how to use ephemera? Be a little more clear, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think so too. Oh, you'll take that one. Listen to you, Marty. She just wants them all, guys. And this one we already did. Remember, we did the dirt spots on it a while ago. Oh, yeah. See, I'm a grunge person, guys. If you like grunge, go back. I think it's in my journal flip-throughs. There is a journal I did that was a Tim Holtz journal that I used black lace on. Oh, my gosh. I loved that journal. It's probably one of my favorites. Although I don't really have a favorite. I have a bunch of favorites, if that makes sense. I'm horrid with it. Oh, yeah, me too. Anything grungy I like. Okay, so there's that, and of course I'm leaving that the way it is because I love, seriously guys, I stinking love this. I really do. With all the little dirt stains. And the dirt stains or the dirt stain look, I'm gonna have to clean all my stencils. They're just disgusting. Let me see, I just had this, so let me find it. Where did I put it? I think I slid it right over here to the side. Oh, no, because I slid under that one. I bet it's under here. Hold on. Oh, there it is. It looks like this. It is THS 130. Yep. And then that's the front of it with the flowers. And it looks so dirty. It's going to be perfect for an angel journal. And of course, There's the other match. And see, it's got the dirt stains too, but they're not as noticeable because there's so much else going on. And then that's what the back of that one looks like, because I love the butterflies by themselves. And then this was the other green one. It has this almost, to me, this looks like it ran through a fire. It's been through a fire. Like through in here and up in here, it makes it look like it was in a fire. And then there's the back of it. And of course, it's got the sort of egg design on it to follow with the eggs. So that's the 3 green ones. So that's a set. And I'm going to have to make another one of these because I absolutely love this. I like these more than this. So I'm definitely going to have to make another one to go with this. And I still have some of that napkin left. So these were actually cheap. These are El Cheapo napkins that came from, let me think where I got these from. I actually think these were from the Dollar Tree. Back where like the party supplies and stuff were. Is where I got those from. Yep, so there's those 3. Okay, what else do we have drying here? Is this dry? I thought we had one more drying somewhere, didn't we? Oh, yep, we do. We got one more drying. We got the purple one drying. And it's dry. So I did have to find another ink pad. Silly me. And of course I got one. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. I got them and set them down and now I can't find them. Yep, Dollar Tree is where I got those from. Let me see, because I thought, yeah, because see, they have long ones. This was the little short ones they had at Dollar Tree. Okay, Kath. Good night, sweetie. They had these were back like with the party supplies. They had these, and then these were like the little beverage ones, and then these were like these were the beverage ones. These were like the dinner napkins, and that's what these look like. So the only bad thing about them is like these, you just get the 2 fronts, but I'm willing to do that when I don't have to pay $1 for a pack of like 20 of them. Now these were 4-sided and they were like $1 a pack, but I like the ones with the blue a lot better. But yep, I'm pretty sure I got them at my Dollar Tree. And of course I'm making this with black around the edges because that's black and purple. It should go together. No, the birdhouses and stuff in it was black, so I thought the black really went well with it. Yep, get some sleep. And we'll see you later. And if I can get by with ink on something with black, I'll ink it in black because I actually love black. And we have our purple journals coming out. And of course, I have to do mine with, purple and black because that's what I like. It's one of my favorite color combinations. Of course, I'm inking my hand more than I am my envelope. Now there's the purple. And see, and this was the one I did with the gutter guard that you can get on a roll. And you may be able to go like Menards or something and get it by the foot for like $1 or so. I don't know. It was like $6.99 new for the whole roll, and I got it by Goodwill for a little bit of nothing. But I really like the effect that it does. Like, I think this goes with this really well. And then there's the back. So there's that one. Let's see. And you don't have to use napkins. If you're using stencils, you can get by with a lot. Oh, let me find where's my big stencil? This is a Americana. This poor stencil has been through the mill. But it's so pretty. That's one of my favorites. I love the little flowers in it. And I'll just randomly, I'm not doing every single thing. I usually try to make sure I end up getting the little flowers because I love those little like starry shaped flowers. I'm not sure exactly what kind they're supposed to be. There's a simple little 6-leaf flower. I just try to move it around so I get a little bit all over. So see, like that's good by itself. So I mean, and this came from Michaels. It is I want to think it's Folk Art. Americana is the name of it. I remember that much. I can tell you the number off of it in a minute. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, it's just a little bit of, it's just a stencil on top of it. And I mean, so if you don't have napkins, because I know some people go, well, I can't find pretty napkins. You know, I can't do anything. I can't find pretty napkins. And I understand it's hard, especially if you're in a place where you can't find or don't have access to stuff like that. But that's just a stencil. And it, oh, let me see if it says on it. It's Deco Art. Deco Art Americana 201707. Deco Art Americana 201707. I'll try to hold that up so you can, hopefully you can, I don't know if you can read that or not. Deco Art Americana 201707. But yeah, and I mean that you really don't have to do anything to it. And that looks good. So, you know, I'll count that. That looks good for me. Actually, I'm going to do 2 like that because I like doing things in pairs, if you haven't noticed, or 3. And I already did the one with the napkin. So if I'm doing a 3 signature journal, then I'll put the one with the napkin in the middle and, you know, 2 stenciled ones of the same color, like the 2 purples, in the other 2 signatures. Yeah, this stencil has been, I've had this stencil for a while, but Deco Art's one of those that usually, they tend to keep their stuff around a long time. So you may be able to have it, but I know when I did buy it, it was at Michael's. So Zena, there you go. Back to Michael. No, poor Zena. She's like, what? Why? Why? And then ink around the edges, because we didn't ink around the edges of the other one. That'll change the way it looks too, because that adds a lot to it. And I'm inking pretty heavy. You don't have to, but yeah, that's just me. I'm a heavy inker. I know. I was doing a chat. I don't remember. Somebody in a chat I was in the other day, in the middle of it, they like ran off to the store. I was like, well, really? That's sort of, I mean, I understand going, but I'm not going to get up and run off right now and go. But I used to do before everything hit and I was off for a while dealing with all the chaos and family and stuff. I was doing like a mixed media video every week, if that's something if anybody's interested in or whatever. Because I do have a little bit of everything. She probably did. She's probably into Michael's. Well, wait a minute. She's out there. She's in Jersey anyway. So, yeah, it's only like 7 o'clock out there. She may have. You never know. I'd be like that. Oh, you got to go while I remember. She's probably eating somewhere. That's what I'd be doing. How's everybody doing out there? Out there, it's quiet tonight. Look, I'm inking my fingers more than I'm... Oh, well, I already dyed paper this week and got covered, so... Yeah, you didn't talk loud enough, fast enough, Marty. How are you getting along with your little gift, Jen? Your little extra goodie. I got a couple extras I'm throwing in with mine too. So there's this one, which I like. I like it, but I love these. These I really like. To just be stenciled and a little spray. And remember, these are the distress spray stains, but you can use the acrylic sprays just like this. Jen, did you ever make any of those, the acrylic sprays? They're so easy to make. I should have did some with those. I love doing those. I love these. These look so good. I want to do some. You know, I have a couple pink ones I should do with the stencil too. But I'll do the pink with the brown because... Oh, the sprays. I love doing those. Hold on, I'm cleaning my brush so it won't pick up all the black. That should be pretty good. That should be good enough. Let's see. So this is pink. Let's use one we haven't used yet. How about clocks? No, do something prettier than clocks. Let's see what we have. I have a couple different flower ones. Let's use this one. This flower one's pretty. Before I even do that, I'll switch out my ink pad before and yes, I have another ink thing, but I moved my room around and now I can't find it, so we're not going to talk about that. And this one, I'm just going to go right over the middle of the line too and let it just sort of do its thing. Even if I ink over top it, it's fine. And then I'm just going to make sure on here there isn't really a right side or a wrong side. I'm just going to make sure that I keep it angled the same way. Oh yeah, me too. If I try to organize, that's when I can't find anything. And that's what I did pretty much all day today, was work on organizing and trying to rearrange and sort stuff. Well, it did pick up some of the black, but it's okay. It's not too bad. No, let me put a little bit more over here, right along the edge. And I used big envelopes this time, and normally I use smaller, the little smaller envelopes. The reason I use these big ones is because I got this brilliant idea that I can use them as envelopes. Then I can fold them and put them in the binding too, as well as I can cut them in half, seal the flap, cut them in half, and make floating pockets out of them. So by doing that, I can sort of use them for multiple things. So, if I'm doing a one signature journal, I could use one as an envelope on the edge of a page. I could fold one in half and put it in the binding, as an envelope on each side. Or I could cut it in and actually use them for pockets and decorate them. So, and I mean, there's different ways you can use them for the pockets too. So, because I could just do them like this, cut them in half and use this as a pocket. I could, use the flap as a pocket. I could do it like this, use that as a tuck, cut that and use it as a pocket. I could put them inside and glue them across here and use that as a pocket. I mean, there's a ton of different ways that you can do it. And I mean, that looks really good. I mean, I like that. And I mean, you can still decorate this and, put a sticker. Well, I don't even have any stickers out here. I put all my stuff up. I don't even have any stickers out on my desk or anything. So, I mean, you could still do that. Or, I mean, you can still always come in if you want to do a napkin or, and put a butterfly in the corner if you wanted to, or a flower, or, whatever you want. So it's just a second way. And then the blue, I don't know if you can see the blue on the bottom, right in here, the blue, that all picked up when I sprayed it from where I had sprayed the green. So there's that one. Oh, and then there's another one here. So I'll do another one with a different stencil. I think I have another floral one. Yep. Oh, I have a lace, like a doily, a rose doily type design. We use that. I'll go ahead and use the brown since that's what I was using earlier. And this I'll try to do, random patterns too. It's a little harder because of the way the stencil is made, but just the design of it, but and again, I'm just randomly, hitting spots where I think there isn't anything. Because you can sort of look through the stencil and see if there's nothing in there. And if there's not, then but I try not to make sure that I get too close to the line edge. Because if you do, then I don't like the liney designs in it. And the least amount of times that I have to pick my stencil up and move it is the more chance that I'm not going to repeat patterns or, you know, do something that makes it look silly. And again, this, I think that one is like lace doily, I think is what it's called. And I can read you the numbers off of it here in a minute. It's one of my favorites, especially stenciling in a page or whatever, because you can just do a little spot, you know, on each side of your coffee dyed page, and it just makes it look good. Yeah, it does. It's very lacy, very old-fashioned doily look to it. I was trying to see if I could. Oh my gosh, it's almost 10:30. Well, this will be the last one for tonight then. Just grabbing a coffee dyed page. And this is, it's where I've got off of it and everything, but, and then like what I'll do is maybe randomly just lay it on a page like that. And then I don't do the whole stencil. I just sort of go in a weird circular pattern. And then usually if I start in a corner, I'll make sure I hit sort of in the corner some. And then, I mean, you literally can, you don't have to do the whole page. You can just do like a spot where it looks like it continues on like that. And you could put that in just as a page. And it just adds enough to sort of look, I mean, it's stenciled enough to give you that vibe. And I mean, you can, obviously, the more you go over it, the darker it's going to be. So, I mean, if you want it to be darker, you know, you can darken it and then slowly ease into where you're lighter. So you get more of a dark pattern to it if you want to. But it works. And this one is, wow, this one doesn't say. This must have been the old ones before they, I'm pretty sure this is called lacy doily or doily lace doily, something like that. But that's what the stencil looks like. But yeah, so I mean, like, you know, or I just tuck that in there. That'll have a piece of paper, you know, that's done. It looks like it, but yeah, see, it's really nice if you're after like a lacy doily. And I'm trying to, these lights don't help any. I was trying to shadow it to see if it would help some. Let me see if I can shadow it somewhere. You can, no, I guess. Just trying to see there. Maybe that's a little bit better. Apparently my light over there has been adjusted. But yeah, so there's that one and then that one. The two pinks with the brown. Then there's the two purple with the black. The napkin. And then there's this pink one. I love it with the napkins. There's that blue one. And this blue one. which I love the back of this one. And there's this one. I love the butterflies. Then there's the apples and the bird. That's so grungy looking. And there's the back of it. And then there's the naturey one. And there's the back of that one. I love the butterflies on the back. And this one with the cancellation at this side. That's really cute. This would have been cute if I'd have thought I'd have glued a stamp down and then put the cancellation over top of it. And then that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 completed envelopes. That's not bad, guys. So when you figure the naturey ones are one journal, the blue ones, another journal. You've got the purple ones that would be a journal. And then you've got the 3 pink ones that could go in a journal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you put 3 envelopes in each journal, whether they're 1, 2, 3 signatures, whatever, then, you know, that's enough for 4 journals. So not bad, not bad, not mad. I would consider that a mass make. 12 envelopes is pretty good. And I don't think, do I have any more drying? $12 envelopes, and I have 2 brown ones sprayed that haven't been decorated, and 3 of the dark blues. So I actually have 5 more that are partially finished. So yeah, I mean, these technically you could put in the way they are and stencil and, you know, decorate the way you want, or use these, you know, as your folded pockets so you can decorate them. So yeah, not bad. So I will take a picture of these and put these in group. And, you know, thank you guys for tuning in for another week with me. Anybody have any questions, comments, need stencil numbers again because maybe you didn't get one wrote down? Anything? Anybody? We will be working on pockets next week, different ways to do pockets. Bye, guys. Okay, if nobody has any questions, we're going to get off here. I'm going to clean my desk of all the gluiness and get out of here. You guys have a great day or a great evening, day, wherever you guys, wherever you're at. Stay safe until we see you next time. Bye, guys.